Now, this is going to piss a lot of you off, but I really don't care, because the truth that nobody is actually telling you is that women only fall in love and are only attracted to the illusion of value. And specifically, what you have to understand is that the more competent, the more successful you are as a man, typically this will make it much harder for you to interact with women, not easier. If you look at the type of guys that the women are actually sleeping with, it is a far different narrative than what is produced on the internet. And the smarter you get, the more money you make, the more career focused you are, what happens is you become so out of touch. And what tends to happen is you will become so rigid and so trapped in your head, it becomes virtually impossible to even connect with the types of women that you actually want to. Now, once this video is over, I want you to go down below, click the link in the description, and check out the full-length MBT, Masculine Behavioral Technique, end-to-end webinar presentation that I put together for you. So that way, what you can do is you can take that system, you can copy-paste it into your dating life, and you can get results way quicker compared to the majority of all other men out there right now. Let's dive in. Now, what you're going to notice the more women that you date is that women fall for imagery, smoke and mirrors, and illusions of value when dating. They are not attracted to raw competency, and I'm going to show you why. And if you look at the types of men they're actually sleeping with or actually hooking up with, it is never the guy that you think. So, raw competency skills do not equal sex appeal when dating. I hate to break it to you, but I'm making this video and all of these videos on this channel because when I watch other people's content online when it comes to dating, I think majority of it sucks. I think majority of it's complete bullshit, and these guys are projecting their image of alpha, or all these guys are projecting their own image of what they think is high status without looking at the lens of how the girl sees the world. And then if you look at the guys that the women are actually sleeping with, it is never who you think. So what I mean by that is women are attracted to visual illusions of status. And what I mean by that is I know very rich, successful men who are in shape and who are good looking and who cannot attract women. You might be wondering why. Well, why would this be? If you're successful and you're attractive and you're doing everything right in life and you're this good guy and you have everything going for you, why would that be? It is because they cannot convey social status. They typically cannot communicate on that woman's wavelength or level in order to attract her, and they don't understand that the majority of female attraction is based in just emotional conversation that doesn't have any meaning. They can't actually connect, and they can't make sure that the girl enters into her world where she's bubbly, she gets feminine. They can't just play around. They're so rigid and they're so suffocated in the day-to-day work that they're doing or who they've became that it's this heavy energy, and they're not able to actually just let go. So the biggest thing you got to understand is guys who are super competent, whether that be in their career, in their profession, with things they do in life, they're smart, that doesn't necessarily equal sexual market value. This whole video, if this is confusing or blurry right now, just stick with me because it will make sense. I'll give you a few examples. Example number one would be looking rich will get you far more attraction than actually being rich. I know I know a lot of multimillionaire CEOs who wear sweats every day. No one would ever know that they're super intelligent, super confident, super rich. Meanwhile, a different guy who doesn't have a pot to piss in and is broke could go on vacation in one spot that he saved up money for, take one picture around some, let's say, palm trees and a big, hotel or somewhere, drinking an expensive looking martini, and all of a sudden that is going to equal attraction in that woman's eyes. Like the things they gravitate towards and that they're pulled towards when it comes to attraction, they can't help it. It's just how they're wired. And most guys refuse to admit this. So being smart and being competent only comes into play when dealing with a long-term relationship. If you look at the guys who women are actually sleeping with, they're typically super stupid. It's even hard for them to carry on a basic intelligent conversation, and that's why women sleep with them, because sex and sex appeal is not intelligent. Sex and sex appeal has nothing to do with actually being smart or going somewhere in life. It comes with just raw organic chemistry. Well, you can only build raw organic chemistry if you talk at that level. Okay? The men who they're actually sleeping with are typically broke, or they're typically low-level dudes. Why? Why would this be? Because the guys who are super successful, the guys who are super smart, they can't just let go. They're stuck in information mode. They're constantly trapped in their own head, and I'm going to show you how to get around this. Okay? The illusions of value when it comes to women and raw sex appeal is best conveyed verbally, through verbal tone, through verbal emotion, overemphasizing certain words, making her laugh. There was one time this woman told me, I was out at a bar, this was probably about a month and a half ago, and she was telling me, or she was telling the group how she one time hooked up with a girl, and she was saying how she went down on her. I looked at her, I overemphasized my words just for fun, and I go, "You went down on a woman?" And I did this with my hand just as a joke, and I laughed, and I smiled, and she was laughing the whole time and talking to me the whole time. Now, she had no idea what I do. She had no idea who I am. I could have done this at any age, any height, any income level. It wouldn't have fucking mattered. Because I made her laugh, and because she thought it was hilarious, and because I was the only guy at the table who actually had the balls to say that, like, that's what equaled, like, sex appeal in that exact moment. That's what equaled a spike in desire, and that's what equaled her giggling. So what you gotta understand is if you notice she isn't laughing, you're probably going to lose her interest, or you are losing her interest. Men want to use the excuse of high value, meaning I make a lot of money, look how fucking cool I am because I drive XYZ car, I put in all this effort and work into myself. Men want to use the excuse of high value to ignore the fact that women are emotionally driven when it comes down to raw sexual desire. Let's say that one more time, because this is some big truths and some big awakenings for a lot of you. Men want to use the excuse of high value to ignore the fact that women are all emotionally driven when it comes to raw sexual desire. You will never hear a girl in a million years wake up and go, "I fucked him because he was so smart. I hooked up with that guy last night because he was just so competent." No, it's never that. It's usually he was witty, he was charming, he was charismatic, he said the right things, he was ballsy, he made me feel safe, he made me feel comfortable, I liked him, he made me giggle. One thing led to the next, and next thing you know, my top was off. That's how it works. Okay? You will never hear a woman go, "I hooked up with him because he's so smart. I hooked up with him because, he just sat there on his computer for 10 years and grinded really hard making a bunch of money." You never hear a girl do these things, okay? It's always, he's funny, my other girlfriends at the table or at the club liked him, he talked to me the right way and he made me feel good. It's all feelings. You make her feel good, right? This comes from saying stupid shit. What it boils down to, since women are emotional, it always comes down to, she at the end of the day feels like there was chemistry. She started to like you. If the girl doesn't like you, I'm gonna say this one more time so this really sinks in. If the girl doesn't like you, she will not be attracted to you. She has to like you from the inside out. She has to like you as an individual. She has to like the way you make her feel, okay? There's no fucking way around this. And you can build as much muscle as you want. You can do all the things online that all these cool gurus in their flashy cars and their, nice microphones and setups want to tell you is going to equal status to gain those Instagram followers. But I'm going to tell you this, man. If you are not talking to her the right way, she cannot get wet for you. Women are verbally women are seduced through emotion and verbal skills and verbal communication. The hottest girls, okay, if you want, like the women you want, what do they want? I'm going to tell you. The women you want, the hottest girls want the guys with swag, and they want the guys with high sexual market value. Now notice something. I said high sexual market value. That means no, I'm not talking about your business or career market value. I didn't say she wants the top award-winning salesman at the car dealership. I didn't say she wants the highest earning neurosurgeon. I did not say she wants the highest earning real estate guru or real estate mogul. No. The hottest women who have the highest sexual market value want the men with the highest sexual market value. That means they are sought after by other women. No, I did not say she wants the guy with the best fitness market value and the best six-pack abs market value. I'm talking sexual market value because it means just that. It means sex. If it means just sex, that means sexual tension is created and sexual desire is there. Well, how do you do that? What she's looking at to gauge your sexual market value is how many other girls are into you. Okay? To women, okay, that equals dating value. Say that with me again. To a woman, that equals dating value. One more time, just so it sinks in. Sexual market value equals how many other women are into you. To a woman, that now equals dating market value. Not the Lamborghini you drive, not the status you have, not the money you make, not any of your career bullshit. They don't care about your goals or your ambitions. Maybe in the long run they do if she's going to pair up and be with you for a long term, but overall they just don't care. And this is what you got to realize. If you look at the guys the women are actually sleeping with, it is not the archetype that's projected on the internet of the typical high-value male. I hate to break it to you, all of you guys working 60 hours a week hoping that one day she'll notice you're on your purpose. She just doesn't give a fuck. This stuff sounds so stupid. Women will never go, I slept with him because he was just so stoic. Women will never go, oh man, he just, had the right competency skills and I have a vibe that this guy can change a tire and fix a light bulb. They don't give a rat's ass. All of this stuff is so stupid, and I'm going to explain why you're probably jumping through so many hoops and ladders. Okay? And also, as I've gotten older, some of these concepts of masculinity, you have to understand, are projected through the internet to keep you more confused. So here's what I mean by that. You're going to hear things like you have to be competent and you have to be hardworking and you have to be masculine and you have to be a man's man, and it's all bullshit, because then when you look at the guy she's sleeping with, he lives in the land of fun. He lives in the land of blissful ignorance. He lives in the land of good vibes. She feels good when she's with him. When she's with him, it's an escape. When she's with him, it's a mental escape and an emotional escape from this world of whether it be the corporate life, whether it be working a 9-to-5, whether it be her having all these obligations with her girlfriends and her family. Life gets complex and life gets hard. So when she's with the guy, she doesn't want to fucking feel like that. The guy she's hooking up with lives in the land of good vibes and fun. This is oftentimes anti-masculine traits. Masculine traits make you harsh, rigid, okay? It makes you routine. Routine equals boring to women. And yes, it looks great on the external when you have all of these materialistic, status-driven metrics for yourself, but on the internal, you become a weathered, hardened individual. And I'm going to explain why learning a bunch of shit doesn't help you get more girls, especially if you're telling yourself that the more masculinity traits you learn and apply, the better off you're going to be. The guy she's actually hooking up with lives in the land of good vibes and fun. These are oftentimes anti-masculine traits that will lead to raw sexual desire. I'm going to explain to you how I came to terms with this, okay? Whether you're religious or not, I don't care. I just want you to take the moral of the story, or the overall meat and potatoes or backbone of the story. Whether you're religious or not, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use a biblical analogy or a biblical story, okay? In the beginning of the chapter, when Adam is with Eve, things are good, okay? And they have not, bitten from the fruit or they didn't eat anything off the tree yet. Just stick with me here. I'm going to make this at an easy to understand 3rd grade level. Things are good. They like each other. Things are in a state of bliss. Things are in a state of fun. Okay? They are ignorant, and ignorance is bliss. The guy that she is hooking up with, this is why I'm telling you, he's oftentimes stupid, ignorant, and broke. He just shouts shit. I have friends, dude, there's so many friends I have, even back home over the years who I've met, who and myself included, sometimes me just shouting shit, saying random shit, and completely letting go. You got to understand, that's the key. The guy who's actually hooking up with the girl, you look at him and you're going, he's acting strange, or why is he saying all that? And then it leads to nothing, or it makes no sense. And next thing you know, she's making out with him. That's called attraction to women. She wants the guy who not even dumbs himself down, but just allows himself to not take himself so seriously, to just let go. It's almost like raw primal desire. So here's what happens. Adam's with Eve, things are good. They're ignorant, and ignorance is bliss. Now what happens? They bite from the tree of knowledge, meaning now when they've bitten from the tree of knowledge, now they're awakened. Well, when they're awakened, what is that knowledge? That knowledge is information. Information floods your brain. The more shit you learn, the more complex your life gets. The more shit you learn, the more insecure you get. Those of you online who you type in, how tall you are can dictate female attraction. Well, now there's knowledge and now that's in your head, and now you act differently, and now some of you are walking around insecure because you think you're not tall enough. This is how the rabbit hole goes. The more shit you learn, the worse you get with women. The more shit you learn, yes, you will have more materialistic success. The more shit you learn, yes, you will make more money. The more shit you learn, yes, you will have more competency skills. These are anti-seductive traits. I honestly feel like I'm the only one on the internet saying this right now, because half these guys saying this, I feel like, are not going out on dates. They're not actually going out and seeing how the real world operates. They're not going to social events. They're not going out. Well, if you're not going out, you're not going to see how this actually operates. Raw competency skills can equal respect for men. It does not equal sexual market value. I hate to break it to you, but it's true. Adam is with Eve, things are good. Now they eat from the fruit. They eat from the fruit, they bite the tree of knowledge, okay? Now they're awakened and knowledge is info. That info that they learn, they're awakened. Well, as they're awakened, now they feel shame, they feel insecure, they have all these thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Now they're in their head. I'm trying to tell you, stop fucking learning. Stop learning more shit, okay? Stop learning. Have fun with life. You gotta understand. You're like, let me finish this off and then I'm gonna tell you a little story here. The guys who are actually getting laid are the ones who are oftentimes dumb or living in the land of delusional happiness, and this is AKA why they're confident. They're so happy all the time. They're delusional all the time. Ignorance is bliss. They're saying whatever to the girl. She gets a good vibe off his energy. Women are all based off of energy with their attraction. It's not even the words you're saying. It's the tone and the energy she feels when she's with you. Now she likes you. This is how these guys operate. You have to adapt to this and you have to actually be a human again. All this shit you learn, you got to understand your environment was constructed around you. So if you were born in a, I don't know what you call it. Like, for example, I live in America, right? So everybody, like, corporate America is the saying. Well, okay, all these jobs, occupations, career infrastructure, these are man-made concepts. When I'm talking about this over here, I'm talking about your raw primal desire, getting back to what you are as a man. And that just means not taking yourself seriously, being okay with being a human and connecting with other people. This is what it takes. So this is why women fall in love through imagery, smoke and mirrors, and illusions of value when dating. The illusions of value is conveyed through how you speak verbally. How you speak verbally dictates your sexual market value. Now I'm going to tell you something else. Okay, your sexual market value is dictated by how many other girls are into you. If you don't have other girls into you, like if you walk up to a girl at a store or you're at a pool party and you have a conversation, how do you convey high sexual market value? You do it through your tone. You do it through your energy. If she senses high conviction in your tone and high conviction in who you are in your energy, she naturally assumes women are into you. Now she's going to naturally assume that you're pre-selected. This is how it works. So I really hope you share this video with other people. Also, if you see content creators going the opposite way, telling you to go make more money and hustle and hustle and hustle, it just isn't true. This is not what girls respond to. And I don't know if they just woke up one day and think that that's the case, but it's not. If you like this video, I want you to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Check out the webinar that I have below in the description, and we'll see you in the next one.